Hello, it's the 19th of November, and so it is Mr. J and I's anniversary of living on our small holding, and for many people that wouldn't be a huge deal, but for us it was the start of our new life together, and had a significance for us that probably outweighs the actual event. And so for us this is the equivalent of our wedding anniversary. It's the time when we made a legal commitment together. And 2 years ago I really wasn't very well. I was confined to bed nearly all day, every day. I had real trouble walking, and I felt dreadfully ill. And we weren't entirely sure that moving here was the right thing to do at all, or how wrong could we have been. It was, or how right could we have been. It was absolutely the right thing to do. And in the last 2 years, my health has improved daily, and we are very, very much enjoying our life here. The reason I keep looking down is that Monty's sitting on my lap, and he's chewing my finger. He's in a very playful mood. Aren't you, Monty? Hey? Are you in a funny mood? You're in a good mood, aren't you? So yes, it's been an absolute eye-opener. It's been an amazing lifestyle change, and it's been all for the good. And while I'm paused here with Monty, he's a smart fella. While I'm paused here with Monty, I just want to say hello to one of my viewers. I know that Neve watches on a regular basis with her mum. So, hello Neve! Thank you for waving at me, and thank you for watching. Now I need to head inside and make Mr. J some breakfast.
2 years ago, this very day, we boiled the kettle in this kitchen for the very first time. And finally she's made me a coffee. Hello.
So I have set up a Patreon page, and for anybody who doesn't know what Patreon is, it is a way that people can support creative peeps in their creative endeavours, and apparently.
Well, I think you're pretty creative, and what we do here is pretty creative. It might not result in, well, it might result in a book one day, a television series, or a wireless programme.
Maybe one of those.
Or all three.
Or all three, however, maybe one of those. But we have investigated the best way to offer people the opportunity to support our creative work. And so we've set up a Patreon page where you can support us with a small monthly donation, and for that you get access to
extras. You know how on a DVD or a Blu-ray you get extra bits like Easter eggs and things. I mean, we're not promising Easter eggs. Well, I suppose come Easter we might show you some eggs, but you get extra things. So
there's thoughts, there's written bits, there's vocal bits, there's, what are those called?
Vocal bits.
Vocal bits. What are they called?
Do you mean podcasts?
I do mean podcasts.
I'm not singing, love.
Shall I try that again?
Yeah.
There'll be videos and podcasts and extra written material, extra photographs, and just a closer insight into our life on our homestead. So we are aiming for some sort of weekly or possibly fortnightly podcast.
Yeah, that's the plan. Obviously, life has to go on, and we are coming up to that thing called I think it's
holiday time
Wintermas or something.
Wintermas, yes.
So some of us are working extra hours, and some of us are working very hard planning.
We are, yes. That would be me.
Yes. I'm doing extra walking.
Yeah. I don't want to swap.
There's a surprise. So yes, I mean we're aiming for a fortnightly podcast and weekly to fortnightly podcast and other bits as and I mean some of them are going to be as and when because you can't unless you're going to plot things out thoroughly in advance. You're not going to be able to.
And life here doesn't happen quite as planned often.
As you know, as yours doesn't either. Go on, you can't tell me your life goes according to plan the whole time. I don't believe you. You're human too. Unless you're a bot. You're not a bot, are you?
So I will leave a link in the information below to my Patreon page and you are invited to have a quick look at that and see if that's something that you would like to do. If you would, thank you very much. And if you don't feel you can, thank you very much for having a look. So our next thing today is to head outside and Mr. J is going to sort out the reed bed system. For the 104th time. Yeah. We switch them over. There's two inputs into the reed beds, so every week you switch them over so that I think there's two beds as well, isn't there? Yes. There's two inputs, two beds. It's a sort of allows our wastewater to flow to and not flood. Flow, not flood. Flow, not flood. Yeah. That is the one. That's always a good one. And I got some wood to chop because it's a bit of a cold one here on the small holding stead. Smallhold steading. Whatever. So we've got the fires going, and Liz has had the fire going in the front room now for 5.5 hours. 6.5 hours. 6.5 hours. For 6.5 hours. And although it's only smouldering at the moment, it does require a bit of wood to keep it going. And we need to bring some in. I need to chop some more down and split it into usable lumps. Because you must have usable lumps. Yes, you must have usable lumps. Are your lumps usable, dear reader? Brilliant. So there you go. Yes, I shall go and create some usable lumps. And Liz is no doubt going to go and check chickens for eggs. And I am. I'm going to do that chicken check, and I'm going to chop some kindling. And we've got some deliveries to do. We have, and yeah, and so it's another typical Sunday, because it is Sunday today. It is another typical Sunday in our lives. And then I've got some wireless stuff to deal with as well. Yeah, you have. And I've got some. Well, food. I need to edit this vlog. Food. And apparently, I need to do some food. We must sustain ourselves, you know. Yeah. It's actually only about half an hour since we ate. So. I didn't mean right now. But yeah, food later on. Food later, yeah. And food for the freezer. Yep. Food for much later. Yes. And so, wherever you are in the world, whatever it is you're doing, do it well and enjoy it thoroughly. And I hope you can join me again tomorrow. And so, hello Monty, Mr. J. And so Ms. Z. Sorry, should be British about this. Yes, and so Ms. Z. Oh yeah, Ms. Z. I sound like I've been on your wine again. Just look at that bit for a second. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's going to be a good one. And I also hope you can join me again tomorrow. You won't be using that one. Why? I had my eyes crossed. And so, wherever you are in the world, and
There, dear. There.
Ready? Sit up a tiny bit. Oh, look, it looks like you've got a hip. And so, wherever you are in the world, and
and so, wherever you are in the world, and however much you are laughing, and whatever you're doing, actually, I hope you're doing a lot of laughing. It's good to laugh, but in moderation, in the right place. Sometimes laughing is wrong. You should never laugh at a policeman. Except the laughing policeman, of course.
yes.
And so...
I said that without moving my lips.
And so, wherever you are in the world, whatever it is you're doing, do it well and enjoy it thoroughly.
And I hope you can join me again tomorrow.